I did not expect to have to record any videos during Summer Game Fest. I thought there'd be a few small Switch announcements that we could kind of round up and gather afterwards. And then their first announcement is coming to Switch, but it's PlayStation's biggest current franchise on the PS5. What in the world is going on? It's Zach from SwitchForce, and Summer Game Fest just dropped Horizon coming to Switch. This is Lego Horizon. Let's watch the trailer together. It starts off as like a goofy interview trying to find a main character, but this is mind-boggling, okay? So we know Xbox is in this big tumultuous time of trying to decide which of their IP go multi-platform, which stay exclusive. I did not think Sony would take a franchise that they push so aggressively with a sequel on PS5, with a VR game on PSVR 2 on PS5, and now with a Lego game, and they're putting it on Switch. Lego Horizon is launching day and date on Switch and PS5, which is crazy. And honestly, I'm here for it. This looks to be much more like Lego Charmed Horizon than just a retelling of Horizon in brick form. Like, as you watch this, it looks gorgeous, obviously. It looks fantastic, and it's got cutscenes. It's got all the same tropes and gameplay, but from a Lego perspective. It's got, luring these guys, the robot dinosaurs, the transforming dinosaurs. Freaking cool. But it's also got, like, infinite Lego charm. It's cooperative. Beautiful. I hope this runs well on Switch. And it's this fall. It's this year. Like, you're throwing dolphins and sharks. You get all sorts of costumes. This looks like a super good time and a crazy way that Sony is saying we're bringing our Horizon franchise to Switch. I understand it's not like the proper Horizon game, but this is not expected at all. This is something that nobody could have guessed that this would be on Switch. I don't care if it's Lego. I don't care if it's a party game. I don't care if it's a sports genre title. The fact that Sony would take one of their major IP and bring it to Switch shows just how powerful Nintendo is right now. Shows just how powerful the Switch is, and it really just continues to open the door for anything and everything. Gears can be on Switch. Halo can be on Switch. I don't think The Last of Us could be on Switch, but Lego Last of Us could be on Switch, and maybe Ratchet and Clank could be on Switch too. Sony clearly does not view Nintendo in the same way that they view Microsoft. They're willing to put their logo right next to it for a first-party game. This is Sony's big foray with their first-party IP alongside Astrobot, and even though it's being developed by Guerrilla and Studio Gobo, like this is Sony first party. Obviously, they're probably working with Lego and Traveler's Tales, or some form of Lego, obviously. But this is bananas, and this is Sony taking what I believe is currently like the franchise they love the most, because heck, Herman Hulst is now in charge over there at Sony Gaming, and they are really, really trying to branch this out and not only appeal to Switch fans, but try to spread Horizon into a much bigger multimedia franchise than maybe we thought they would. When the first Horizon came out, like, I loved the game. The second Horizon came out, I got like a third of the way through and then dropped it off. I think Elden Ring came out, and so I swapped over to that. I got to go back and play Forbidden West. It looks like this one is more in line with the first game, Horizon Zero Dawn. Although, because it's called Horizon Adventures, and because it seems to be like chaotic and crazy and super freaking weird, and you can build, like, it looks like it could just be like a playground of Horizon adventures that don't necessarily have to tie into the story. They could make their own silly story, their own silly characters. This honestly looks super good, and it becomes one of my most anticipated Switch games, even though I never would have thought it would be on Switch. And honestly, I'm going to be super blunt with you. This game, to me, grows so much in my mind because it's on Switch. As a PS5 game, I think Lego stuff is fun. Like the Lego Star Wars recent one, the big Luke Skywalker saga is phenomenal, right? It's got all the games, so much content, so many characters. It's been discounted so supremely. It's great on Switch. It's got co-op. It's got single player. I like the Lego stuff, but I'm probably more interested, in Astrobot on PS5. I'm probably more interested in like Assassin's Creed Shadows on PS5. I'm not as interested in Horizon Lego Adventures on PS5. But you tell me it's on Switch, and my hype just skyrockets. My appeal, my interest, because Switch doesn't get many third-party games. Because Switch and Sony previously have been MLB The Show. Because Switch and Sony don't have it like Switch and Microsoft, right? We're not getting Minecraft Legends, Minecraft Dungeons, Pentiment, Grounded. We're not getting all of these Sony titles. We're getting MLB The Show, and occasionally, an indie that started on PlayStation will come to Switch as well, but that's not the same thing. This is a major Sony character dipping their toes into the Switch waters, which I think is super fantastic. You guys gotta let me know if you're excited about this. This is not a Switch 2 thing. This is holiday 2024. There's your Switch icon right there. They don't even show a Sony box art. I know it's just a square image, but that's the Switch icon because it's a square image on the Switch. Freaking Nintendo jumping into the first announcement of Summer Game Fest, and I think this is the best third-party release of the year. I mean, barring something getting announced later on in the show, later on at a Nintendo Direct, at some separate Ubisoft event, or things of that sort, like getting a PlayStation Guerrilla Games is on Switch. Yeah, it's not, Killzone proper, Killzone Collection. Yeah, it's not Horizon proper, but this is absolutely mind-boggling to me, and I think one of the coolest wins for Nintendo, because just think about that. Not only is this a fun game for us to play, but for Nintendo, they have found an effective way to partner with the other two platform holders in a way that does not circumvent what they're trying to do, does not subvert their own success. It just boosts it. Nintendo has found a way to establish their own niche that is not niche. It's 140 million players and deserves the respect and the eyeballs of every other video game company on the planet, including the other two major platform holders that previously we were the little brother of. Remember when the Wii and the Wii U were like, oh, they're the little brother of the PlayStation and the Xbox. I get that we don't have the hardware capabilities over on Nintendo Switch that the other consoles have, but we've established relationships, which is phenomenal. And the Switch 2 is going to bring the performance and the graphics and the capabilities that I think is going to really change the game. If we can get major third-party titles day and date, some Sony first-party titles day and date, some Xbox first-party titles, the Switch 2 is going to be the best system ever created. I've told you for a while now, I think the third-party draw to Switch 2 is going to make it a better system than Switch 1, even if that seems impossible because of how successful Switch 1 has been. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of thing that blows your mind you don't think is possible, but because of the power of Nintendo, the success of the Switch, it's only going to get better. This is coming out on Switch 1 as the Switch 1 swan songs and sunsets into the distance. Just wait till there's a brand new system. Just wait till there's a much more powerful system. Just wait till there's an easier system to port to. Just wait till there's a system with DLSS and all sorts of awesome visual technology. Horizon Adventures may be the tip of the iceberg. It might be the beginning that shows you like, dude, Switch 2 is the best system to own. And I think this game looks really fun. Even if you don't, it's momentous for Nintendo. It's pretty freaking cool. And I like that Sony and Nintendo have some sort of clearly established partnership that seems to be as strong or stronger than Xbox is. Now, Xbox, gave us some games as well, but they were older titles, and in many ways, they were smaller titles. This is not as big as a Last of Us or Naughty Dog's latest or, Guerrilla Games' latest, but I'd say this is, would you agree? Like, is this bigger than Pentiment to you? Is this bigger than Grounded to you? Is this bigger? I mean, to me, it's even bigger than Hi-Fi Rush, even though in some ways I'd rather have Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know. This is brand new, so I'm always drawn to like the allure of new things, and I think Horizon is great. I think this is a great way to get younger players into Horizon as well. And maybe is that thing where like you own a Switch, but you also want to own a PlayStation or an Xbox. Maybe Sony feels like that. That has been established as a statistical case that people own a Switch and usually one of the others. I don't know that that's going to be necessary next generation once the Switch 2 comes out, but for now, I'm totally cool with it. If it brings us Xbox games and PlayStation games on Switch, boom, shakalaka. Horizon Adventures, now one of my most anticipated Switch games, which feels so weird to say. Let me know your take in the comments down below, everybody. Super pumped by this. I'm going to get back to watching the Game Awards. Totally did not expect this. Freaking great start. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, SwitchForce out.